Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning, and that means it's time for Weigh-In Wednesday. Hey guys, all right, time for our weigh-in. I'm gonna let Honey go first. And what was your weigh-in this week?
Honey is down 0.4.
0.4 this week, which is awesome because last week he was up 1.4. So we've got, let's get our downward trend going on again.
Going down.
Right. Is there anything, before I let you go, because he wants to go, is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Well, just
your week.
The app has been really good. It's, and I've gone through.
He's mastering the app.
I went back to when I first started and totaled up all my daily calories.
Oh yeah, like to the beginning of what, February or something?
Yeah.
He went into the nutritional information and added up everything. And I think because you wanted to get an average of the caloric intake where you were.
Yeah, what's my average been?
Right. Yeah. It was what, like
1535.
Yeah, which I mean, honestly, it's a little lower than what they recommended you to be at, but given our age, I think you have to go lower.
You would think I'd see more of a weight drop if it was that low.
Yeah, your metabolism
Obviously,
is
it's not that
slower.
low. I haven't been hungry. I haven't been complaining about being hungry. I mean, I do get hungry, but who doesn't? I mean,
Right.
And like today, it was under 1,000 calories, which is rare.
Very strange.
It's the lowest caloric day to.
And he's getting a lot of water.
Yeah, I drink a lot of water.
Anyway, okay, nothing else?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right, I'm going to let him go and then I'll be back. Okay, guys, now it's time for my weigh-in. My weigh-in is, I am down 1.4 this week. Isn't that awesome? I'm so glad. So the past 2 weeks, I came down 1.2 together, and then now I'm down 1.4, which means when I started this December 8th, really attacking this, I said I need to take off that 10 pounds that I gained like last year, or the last 2 years probably, and I'm down 7 of those pounds. So I've got 3 more to go, then I can tackle the next hill, the next 10, right? I'm gonna keep going with the low carb thing to bring the A1C down, which I retest in 4 months. But anyway, I wanted to talk about that for a minute because I'm using the diabetic option on the WW app, and actually that works a lot better for me doing low carb than the regular one that we had. We had 16 points. Now we have 22 points, which is great. But I'm still using my little, besides using the app, I'm still using my little folder to count, all of my calories, fat, protein, carbs now, and my points. And so that way I can average everything out. I can look back at it readily. I can kind of like see at a glance, all these different tallies and stuff and know what I'm doing. A few things I wanted to say about the low carb thing, because I noticed that some other people are doing it as well, and this info might be helpful to them. I'm also going to include some foods that I've been eating at the end of this video if you're interested. So what I wanted to do at first was I wanted to start at about 150 carbs per day because I was kind of afraid weaning off of so many whole grains and starches that it was going to be really hard. And very quickly I learned that I didn't really need to go that high at all. I dropped like the next day to 80 and then to 50 or 60. And then today I ended up with like 45. So I want to say 45 to 50 is a good range for me carb wise. I get plenty of veggies and my protein is up. I'm not doing keto per se because even though I'm introducing more fat, I'm not high fat. I've tried that before and it seems to me like I can very easily go over my points doing the high fat, and I don't want to fall into a deficit with protein because we are still lifting weights and building and stuff, and I really want to make sure that I get my protein in. And taking it day by day, right? As far as fruit goes, I had an apple one day, and then I decided to back away because it really kind of like brought my blood sugar up a little bit more than I wanted it to. So I just strictly stuck with berries, raspberries, blackberries, some blueberries, a little bit of strawberries, and that doesn't seem to move my blood sugar very much. So I'm good with that. And I have maybe once a day, maybe twice, but not very often twice. Fat has climbed up, like I mentioned. I'm very grateful for the avocados. I'm having about a quarter to a half of an avocado almost daily. And there's 0 points to me now, which is crazy because I feel like I robbed a bank and I'm getting away with it. It's so crazy that it's 0 points, but I don't abuse it. I don't overuse it right now. The fats that I do use, I don't use any vegetable oil, soybean oil, canola oil, any of those cottonseed oils. Then they're very inflammatory, and so I've avoided them for a long time anyway. So if I do use fat, it's butter, coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, but nuts and seeds, avocados, but not the inflammatory oils, because besides being inflammatory, they're saying that there's probably a really good connection between those vegetable oils and dementia and Alzheimer's. So I don't want that. But also, they seem to raise insulin. And that is not at all what I'm doing now. So I definitely don't want to do that. But one thing that I've noticed is that I really have to look at like light Cool Whip, all the dressings, mayonnaise, those inflammatory oils are just riddled in those things. And also, this is what really got me. My favorite sugar-free coffee mate creamer that I love so much for so many years has got all those inflammatory oils in it. And so I had to kind of like back away from that. And I want to keep that blood sugar down and replace it. And I will show you a picture here of the creamer that I've replaced it with, which has none of those oils in it. And I believe like 1 carb or something per serving, which is really great. And it's a few less calories than the Coffee Mate was. So I'll put that picture in here. Yeah, my coffee has changed in the morning. So, needless to say, now what I do is I'll do like a little decaf in the morning with some of that creamer in it, and no sweetener when I first wake up. But I will sweeten it with some monk fruit when I get to breakfast. As far as artificial sweeteners go, I'm using monk fruit sweetener, which, yeah, it's not very sweet, but it's okay. Now, as far as like the stevia in the packets, those don't have any maltodextrin added to it, which could raise your blood sugar, but I believe they add it to the bag that's like a cup for cup measurement, and the Splenda as well. So that I want to stay away from for now, and make sure that I don't get that spike in my glucose. Okay, so that's that. I thought I was really going to be jonesing for the sweet stuff, but I am doing pretty good. And it's really, my appetite has really come down a lot. So I noticed my calories, it's not really hard to get less calories. I don't actually end up looking for something sweet afterward, which is odd because in the past when I've done low carb, I really did want a sweet ending still. And now that's just not happening. So maybe I'm bringing it down enough so that I'm not getting that response. I think I've only had like, half of a Quest bar after like dinner or lunch, like twice this week. And I really could have gone without it, but I did it, anyway. So don't really need it. That's been a pleasant surprise. I've been needing to get more water, which is something else. I've noticed that I don't hang on to the water as long. So the water's going through quicker. I need to make sure that my sodium is up. We started taking potassium supplements in the daytime, which is fine. We're taking the recommended daily allowance, and seems to be doing okay. We started getting some muscle soreness, which is why we started introducing the potassium, and it seems to have cleared that up, quite nicely. So I don't have to worry about that. I've noticed that even though I've been full, this week I've had moments where I'm really kind of like having withdrawals from the high carbs in the morning mostly, and then they go away throughout the day. But Yeah, there has been some of that. Not really headaches. I didn't get the headaches. I did get a little lethargic and confused at the beginning, and just kind of weak feeling and stuff like that. And I checked my blood sugar, and it seemed to be stable at that time. So I thought, okay, I just chalked it up to maybe like withdrawing from the carbs. As far as exercise goes, excuse me, I was already exercising, pretty moderately, which I like moderate exercise. I do not like the crazy, jumping around stuff so much. But my exercise, I have upped it a little bit. So I try to get another, bit of 20 to 30 minutes in every day. It's something that I do enjoy doing. And if I have to break it up during the day, then that's okay too. I'll do that. But the reason why I'm increasing my exercise and trying to do it almost every single day is because it lowers your insulin. And I really need that now. So the more, the better, as far as that goes. But it's always moderate because I don't want to throw myself into a stressful cortisol situation. And then you end up, raising your insulin anyway. Okay, I'm getting plenty of sleep and trying to relax, as well, and find those moments of relaxation and bring that cortisol down. So my number one concern when I started this was, am I going to be hungry on this low carb eating way? And I would have to say, no, that has not happened. There's always an answer. There's always, a hard-boiled egg or something. I mean, I could always go to something and it's sufficient. But at the same time, my blood sugar seems to be stable most of the time eating this way. So I'm just not really looking for food, except for in the morning after I exercise, I do seem to get a little bit hungry. So that's about the only time. And then the rest of the time it's pretty stable. My number two concern was, am I going to get enough fiber doing this? And I think some people run into a problem with that. I have not really run into a problem with that, just to be blunt. I'm getting plenty of vegetables and plenty of fiber, and the berries are providing some more fiber with the fruit. And at night, what I do is I also take about a half a cup to a cup of unsweetened almond milk, and I will add 1 teaspoon of psyllium husk fiber to that. And I'll take my vitamins with that, and that seems to work just fine. I did take Smooth Move tea one day, but I didn't really need it. I just kind of took it for good measure, and it's all okay. It's all good. So really no complaints, and definitely celebrating the loss. So all is good right now. I just wanted to report that. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope you had a wonderful week. I want to know how your week went, how you're doing, trying to lower this blood sugar. And at first I was really afraid to use the glucometer, but now it's like, yeah, it's easy. Getting the information is really, really important to me right now. Once I get that all set and I know what foods do what to me, I'll be able to poke my hands less and just go ahead and make the lunch. So far so good though, getting all the information and doing good, guys. All right, I'm gonna let you go for now. I'll let you watch the rest of the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Before I forget, if you don't already know about this ranch dressing from Walden Farms, you guys, 0 carbs, 0 calories, fat-free, no harmful inflammatory oils. I thought it was gonna taste gross. This actually tastes amazing. The texture is amazing. They got it right with this one. This is really good. If you see it, pick it up. If you don't see it, order it. It's worth it.